good plant-based fans. So today's dessert time. It's that time of the day when we have dessert. The easiest whole food plant-based dessert to make, if you're doing something a little more elevated than just having a piece of fruit, is probably chocolate chia seed pudding. It's 4 ingredients, and what I like to do, you can leave the chia seeds whole. A lot of people do for their pudding, but I like to spin it up into a mousse. I prefer the texture of the smooth, creamy pudding, moussey kind of texture. I'm gonna make it fairly thick. I'll go through this and show you how I layer the ingredients to make sure they get blended as well as possible. You do need a high-speed blender, a powerful blender to do this. Let's just get to it. I'm gonna make a whole blender full because to me it's just more efficient, and it does last in your refrigerator for a few days. So to me that just makes sense. So what we're using is 4 cups of an unsweetened plant-based milk. If you use a sweetened plant-based milk, then you want to go a little bit less on the date. So again, our 4 ingredients are, for this particular batch, I've got 4 cups of plant-based milk. This is unsweetened. This happens to be almond milk. And then to our 4 cups of milk, we've got 1 cup of chia seeds. So it's a 4 to 1. And that's really easy. So if you want to make less, it's just a 4 to 1, the chia seeds to the plant-based milk. We're not going to add these until we blend up the dates, because chia seeds, when you blend them up, they start to gel really fast. And because we're going to make a large amount, they're going to start gelling, and they're going to be a little more challenging to blend in our blender. Now, if you don't have a high-speed, powerful blender, don't worry, it just won't be blended as much. You'll just get the traditional chia seed pudding, which is the actual chia seeds. They just gel up. I like to make it smooth and convert it into a mousse, so that's why I like to spin it up. But we're going to blend our dates with our milk. I have loosely, for this amount, loosely packed 2 cups of very fresh, very large dates. You can see it's very loosely packed. This is a 2-cup container. And then to that, I got a 1/2 cup of really great, high quality cocoa powder. This is actually a 1/3 of a cup. I lost my 1/2 cup. So this is piled high, but it's about a 1/2 cup. Give or take a little bit if you like it a little more chocolatey, or if you've got real dark chocolate cocoa powder that you're using, you might want to scale that back a little bit. Also, just a hint of coffee in this is really, really good. So you're gonna customize it any way you want. This is a very forgiving pudding. So we're gonna do our milk and our dates first, blend those up really well, and then we're gonna add the chocolate, and then we're gonna put the chia seeds in there. Chia seeds go in last. Here we go. So let's add our dates, and then we will add our milk. We're not close to maxing this blender out. So this is what we're gonna blend up first. And we're gonna get this, you know, dates are chocolatey, caramely, they're so sweet. So if we do our sweetness with the dates first, it is such a nice complement to chocolate pudding. So let's get this all blended up. And then start slow, work your way up. I wanted to stop the blender because you can see this is starting to get thick already, and it's turning into a nice light brown color because we're blending it. And then you just want to make sure that there's no big pieces in there at all, and this depends on how smooth you want it. I like it really smooth, so I'm just going to blend it as much as possible. So we blended our dates and our plant-based milk, and it's gotten a little bit thicker. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add the chocolate in there, cocoa powder I should say, and then we'll get that blended up. This is just a powder, so it's really easy to blend. Okay, now the final step is we're gonna add our chia seeds. And as these blend, this is going to get very thick very fast. So the whole trick with this is to blend this as quick as possible, as much as you can. Okay, did you see how it started to slow down at the end? It's because my chia seeds were just gelling up really fast, and they'll do that. It's hard to get them all really smooth, but I did my best. Okay, now did you see how towards the end it blended up really nice right in the beginning, but as those chia seeds gel, within seconds it starts getting really tough to blend. So it's a challenge to get this super smooth, but this is about as good as it's gonna get. And as promised, what I wanna do is show you the texture of this, and then I have to taste it too. It is really, really thick. And what happens is it starts thickening up. Those chia seeds and the gel of the chia seeds just make this thick. It's almost like, I wouldn't call it mousse, but it's a super thick pudding with the ratio that I did. So you can see that pudding, how, I mean, it's very thick. I wanted to show you that. So let's just spoon it up, and I've got some frozen raspberries, some, like vanilla plant-based yogurt would be super good on this. Maybe even a couple of dark chocolate chocolate chips, whatever you want. Make it pretty. There's my little, oh, this makes dessert like super healthy, right? So cheers, here is our chocolate chia seed pudding. It's the easiest pudding on the planet. It's raw, takes 4 ingredients. You just need a blender and that's it. And I'll go ahead and have a bite. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted to do a video today, because I really had a craving for this. Really chocolatey. It's really wonderful knowing that this is just a super healthy plant-based dessert. And it'll be fun for you to customize it too. Put some coffee in there, make it like a mocha pudding, banana if you like banana, whatever you want. So I'll probably sign off now.